The Brook Ras1ution 2 adapter is a fantastic device which allows you to use non-natively supported wheels and peripherals on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. I've been using the Ras1ution 2 adapter with a bunch of the MOZA hardware for almost 2 months now, and it's been completely faultless. So I've been using it with the R5 wheelbase, the included pedal set, the included ES wheel. I've also used it with the KS wheel, the HGP H-pattern shifter, the HBP handbrake lever, and it's all been working really well. But there is one problem. And that problem is when I try to use the Cammus C5 wheel with the MOZA hub, using the MOZA pedals and those things, I couldn't get it working. There was a bit of a problem, and the problem is nothing to do with the Cammus C5. It's nothing to do with the MOZA pedals. It's nothing to do with the MOZA universal hub. The problem is specifically with the Brook Ras1ution 2 adapter. Because when I plugged in the Cammus C5 wheelbase only into this without using the MOZA hub, it worked perfectly fine. It worked completely as you would expect. It worked completely as good as the MOZA R5 wheelbase did through the adapter. The problem seemed to appear because the adapter has 2 ports in here, and from the website it seems like you can plug in a wheelbase into port 1 and a pedal set or a peripheral into port 2, which is exactly what I did. It just didn't work for me, so I reached out to the Brook Ras1ution support, and full credit to the Ras1ution Brook accessories team, because they got back to me next working day. So that's very impressive. I've got to say, huge shout out to Brook for their continued support. So I've emailed them a few times and they've always got back to me, so huge thumbs up to those guys. But the one thing they did confirm to me, which I wasn't fully aware of, maybe it's obvious, let me know what you think in the comments below, but they did confirm to me that you cannot mix different manufacturers in this Brook Ras1ution 2 adapter. So for example, if I was to plug my MOZA wheelbase into here and then the MOZA universal hub into port number 2, all of the stuff would work fine. What doesn't work is when I plug a Cammus wheel into port 1 and a MOZA hub into port 2, it just doesn't like mixing hardware manufacturers. Now if we take a look at the Brook Ras1ution 2 adapter website, we scroll down, I'll link this website in the description below, guys. We scroll down to keep going until it says racing wheel compatibility list. Now click on here. This will give you a full up-to-date list of everything that is compatible with the Ras1ution 2 adapter. I would highly recommend rechecking this compatibility list before you make your purchase, because it may become out of date or things may be added to it after this video has been made. So I'm going to scroll down. A lot of Thrustmaster wheels compatible, and here is the interesting bit for me. In the MOZA section, port 1 is where you collect the wheelbases and the steering wheels and all of the pedals that maybe interconnect to the wheelbase, and then port 2 is where you connect the MOZA universal hub, where you can plug in the handbrake, the shifter, the SRP light pedals, etc, etc. That's exactly what I did, plugged into port number 2. And in port number 1, keep scrolling down, Cammus C5, you may just be able to see it just in front of me. So I made a probably wishful assumption that I could plug the Cammus into port 1 and then the MOZA universal hub into port 2 and everything would work, so I could still use my MOZA pedals, which I've got dialed in completely, guys. I really love these pedals. I'll get you a full video on everything I've done to these pedals to make them perfect, but I was hoping that I could do that with the Cammus wheel to test with and then just continue to use my MOZA pedals, but it is not the case. And in fact, the email back to me from Brook was basically saying, unfortunately, at this time, we are unable to support the ability to connect accessories across brands. We recommend using same brand of accessories when using the Ras1ution 2. Now, not particularly obvious from the website, maybe it's just wishful thinking on my part, but I've got to say, huge shout out to Brook, because they got back to me very quickly on this. They're going to ask their development team if they can evaluate this in the future. I have asked for them to do that and keep me informed, and I volunteered to be happy to test anything that they can do to make that cross compatibility available, because I think that would be really fantastic. So as sim racers on PlayStation, we could choose what pedals we use and what wheelbase we use, and that's going to take us to the next level, guys. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. So guys, that's going to cover some important information about this Ras1ution 2 adapter, which I hadn't discovered up until this point. I have got a full video how to get your MOZA R5 bundle or any of the MOZA products working with this Ras1ution 2 adapter. The video will be on screen right now. Go and check that out, and we'll catch you in the next one.